Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're cutting straight through the marketing hype to look at the real-world data behind choosing your home's flooring. We're going to dig into the material science, the real economics of installation, and, oh boy, some wild hidden warranty traps.
Okay, so let's dive right into this classic homeowner dilemma. Carpet or hardwood? It sparks a surprisingly passionate debate online, and it's almost always framed as aesthetics versus everyday reality. For decades, right, this was just treated as a simple visual preference. But today, well, the decision-making process has evolved into this highly sophisticated evaluation. We're talking life cycle costs, indoor air quality, acoustics, and just sheer structural longevity.
And as this absolutely hilarious Reddit comment brilliantly illustrates, the softest floor isn't always the smartest choice, especially if you share your home with pets. Only regret it because I've acquired 4 cats whom all happen to only target carpeted rooms to puke up on. I mean, it's funny, but it hits the nail on the head regarding a very real problem. In forum after forum, homeowners are expressing serious buyer's remorse when their lifestyle completely clashes with their flooring material. Some people are lamenting the constant vacuuming and those targeted feline accidents, while others are just desperately missing the warmth of carpet on a freezing cold morning. Section 1. The Great Flooring Debate.
Section 2. The true cost of flooring.
To really understand this debate, we have to look past the beautiful showroom displays and get into the hard numbers, because the true cost goes way, way beyond that sticker price on the box. Check out this massive gap in labor costs. When you break down the total installed cost, budget carpet runs somewhere between $2 and $4.50 a square foot. But premium engineered hardwood, that can soar anywhere from $18 to $28 per square foot. And the main culprit here, subfloor preparation. See, carpet can easily mask minor imperfections in your subfloor, but engineered hardwood requires a subfloor that is literally perfectly flat. We're talking within a tolerance of 3/16 of an inch over a 10-foot radius. That intense leveling process, yep, it drives professional labor costs right through the roof. In fact, if you want to do what online forums playfully call a carpetectomy, tearing out old wall-to-wall carpet to install hardwood in a 1,000-square-foot space, you need to brace yourself for a shocking total conversion cost, $8,000 to $15,000. No joke, because you aren't just paying for beautiful new wood. You're paying demolition fees to haul away the old carpet, plus hours of extensive labor to painstakingly pull up hundreds of hidden subfloor staples and damaged tack strips before a single new board can even be laid down. Section 3. Climate and Material Science. So choosing a floor is actually a highly specific scientific decision. Let's look at the literal chemistry of what you're walking on. If you're leaning toward carpet, you're essentially choosing between 2 marvels of fiber chemistry. First, you've got nylon 6/6, which remains the industry's gold standard for its physical bounce-back memory. It powerfully resists crushing under heavy foot traffic. On the flip side, we have triaxta. This stuff boasts stain resistance engineered directly into the molecular structure of the fiber itself. It famously survived the rhino test, where a live 2-ton rhino literally lived on it for weeks. It is truly amazing what these fibers can withstand. But quick caveat, the fiber only matters if you have the right padding. Professionals heavily recommend a minimum 8-pound density pad to prevent premature flattening.
Now, if you opt for wood, you immediately face the engineered core dilemma. It's the reliable stability of multiply plywood versus high-density fiberboard, or HDF. Plywood uses 7 to 11 layers of wood with alternating grain directions, giving you incredible stability, which is absolutely crucial for wide planks. HDF cores, meanwhile, are denser and super dent resistant, and they're often what you'll find in those heavily marketed waterproof lines. However, installers note that HDF can actually feel kind of brittle during installation. The locking systems can just snap if the subfloor isn't perfectly flat. You also got to look at the top wear layer. Budget options give you this razor-thin 0.6mm veneer, whereas premium options give you 4 to 6mm, meaning the floor can actually be sanded and refinished multiple times.
But honestly, none of that matters if you ignore geography. Your zip code should absolutely be your primary filter here. Down in the southeast, think Florida and Louisiana, you're dealing with massive humidity and concrete slabs. Down there, a glue-down engineered white oak is the standard to stop the floor from cupping and buckling. Conversely, the arid southwest, like Arizona, causes wood to dry out, shrink, and crack. So homeowners there need super stable species like hickory, and they literally must run dedicated home humidifiers. Meanwhile, the Northeast and Midwest face brutal seasonal swings, making a high-quality plywood core engineered wood completely essential to handle all that constant expansion and contraction throughout the year. Section 4. Warranty Traps and Marketing Myths. Okay, let's dive into one of the absolute most frustrating aspects of homeownership: the fine print. Too often, warranties function way more as marketing tools than actual consumer protection. Professional installers desperately want you to know that waterproof hardwood is often a total myth. Sure, the top finish might perfectly repel a spilled glass of water, but as installers are super quick to point out, the flooring system is only as strong as its perimeter. If water from a leak seeps under your baseboards or into those expansion gaps at the edges of the room, your subfloor is going to absorb that moisture, and the wood will rot or crown right from the bottom up.
And when you dig into the fine print of these warranties, you find some truly ridiculous exclusions. For hardwood, there's often this 10% defect rule. Basically, the manufacturer won't cover delaminating or peeling boards unless the defect affects more than 10% of your entire home's square footage. And for carpets, warranties cover abrasive wear, which means 10% of the physical fiber has to have literally vanished into thin air. But they explicitly exclude matting and crushing, which, let's be real, is exactly how carpets actually fail. Plus, many stain warranties specifically exclude oily stains, pet vomit, and feces. And the kicker? To keep that warranty valid at all, you are often mandated to pay for professional steam cleaning every 12 to 18 months and carefully hoard every single receipt.
The grim reality of these failing warranties and long-term wear leads a lot of homeowners to finally just rip up their old floors. One homeowner on Reddit actually described pulling up 20-year-old carpet, discovering so many hidden pet accidents on the underside that he referred to his living room as an EPA Superfund site. It's hilarious, but also horrifying, right? Discoveries exactly like that are what makes so many people swear off wall-to-wall carpet forever, favoring hard surfaces that can actually be visibly scrubbed clean.
Section 5. The ultimate hybrid solution. But look, despite the trauma of ancient, dirty carpets, hard floors just aren't perfect either. They can be incredibly cold in the winter, they amplify all the ambient noise in your house, and they're notoriously hard on your joints, leading to foot fatigue. So this leads us to a very pragmatic, modern compromise. The ultimate takeaway from this explainer is the hybrid setup. Market data suggests the most sustainable approach is combining these materials strategically. You install premium engineered hardwood in your high-traffic common areas, your living rooms, dining rooms, hallways, to maximize your property value and ensure easy cleanup. Then you install high-density, low-pile carpet in the bedrooms where you sleep to maximize thermal comfort and acoustic dampening. And the stairs? Well, hardwood stairs are gorgeous, but they present a massive slip hazard and acts like a giant megaphone for foot traffic. So the professional solution is to use hardwood treads paired with a solution-dyed nylon stair runner. You get the aesthetic value of wood with the safety and quietness of carpet. Best of both worlds.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to literally look down at your own feet right now. Think about the room you're currently in, the climate right outside your window, and the daily wear and tear of your own household. Ask yourself, is your home truly engineered for the ground you're walking on? Or might it be time to rethink the very foundation of your living space?